and those religions flourish with money, and they can keep on asking, for money. So it makes you wonder, really, what is it exactly that people are holding on to when it comes to religion, right? And when you're praying to God or praying to whoever you believe in, the way I feel about it now is that you're just asking yourself for help. I feel that you're asking. These are just my personal, views. I just feel that you're asking for help. If you're trying to get through a tough time, you're asking yourself if you could be stronger. You're not necessarily asking, God. And if you get an answer, or if you become stronger, you overcome that. You can't just say, it was someone else that helped you. You have to really believe in yourself, and believe in yourself as, in like humanity, and believe that, that you can do it. I mean, you don't need anyone's help. You don't need to believe in another supreme being. I'm not telling you not what to believe. I'm just saying that when you talk about money and power and influence, and when religion has all three of those things, it really makes you think. And that's what these videos are supposed to make you do. They're supposed to make you think, and they're supposed to make you ask questions. And the last point I have here is, I have written down here, deep research. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube that are, the Zeitgeist #1, Zeitgeist refuted, and just really chopping it down because they're very, very religious people. And so it's very hard to tell them that that something is wrong, and it's not necessarily wrong. It's all about your beliefs. But when you point out the ideas that that they can relate to, such as money, and you should ask yourself, why do you have to give out so much money? I mean, my sister just converted to Muslim, and I believe in the Muslim community. You have to, once you get married, you have to send a lot of money to your community, and I find that very strange. I'm talking a lot of money. In fact, I think it was like $20,000, that you have to send into your community after you got married. My sister converted to Muslim, and I know, and her husband is he's like my brother-in-law. We're very good friends and whatever, and it's just normal for him. But for me, I find that very strange. You know what I mean? Like you're giving so much. And religion really has nothing to do with money. It has to do with beliefs and what you believe in. So I find that strange. So I don't understand. Because a lot of things, like when you watch these videos, it goes into a lot of detail and a lot of big words and stuff like that. But the idea we're trying to put across to everyone is very simple. I mean, we just have to eliminate a few things, and life can just be better. And that's what it is. And so my last thing was, was that when I said for doing deep research, if you're going to refute this video, because it's a very controversial, people find it very controversial, the subject, right? Maybe not towards me, but just the subject in general. But I'm just saying that do your research. Your research has to be done very thoroughly. I mean, everything that Peter Joseph has done, and everything that the people he's talked to have done really intensive research in order to put this on film. Because when people go search like in Google or whatever and they don't find the answers, that's when they refute. They say, well, I didn't find any of this and in here, and I didn't find any of this in there, and that was never said, and this is never whatever. The people that have researched this are continually going into research, and they're continually going into readings, and probably that aren't even in English, and they're trying to interpret them and translate them to find the answers. They're going into deep research, probably in books that are not on the internet because they're not supposed to be, because they're not translated, or they basically just don't want to put the information out there. So you have to understand that when you refute something, you have to make sure that you have the facts. Just because you can't find it doesn't mean that it's not true. In this first section, they make it very scientific that how religion can be created, the reason for it, and also like the reason for it, is like I said, is influence, and then the entire story of Jesus in this case, or in other, a lot of repetition and whatnot. But this is all thoroughly done, and everything has been quoted, by Peter Joseph. He has everything, he makes sure he covers his tracks, when he does it. So if you guys are going to refute something, or to go against this subject, you have to really ask yourself the points that I make in this video, what really relates to you. And what relates to you is about money, you know what it does, you know about power, and you know about influence. And those three things is basically what religion is made up of. And so that's the way I feel about it. And that's the way you've heard my opinions, but that's the way I feel about it, like in a sense that it's very important that you have to pick out the things that you relate to, that you can relate to. I mean, if you want to be religious, I think it's great. I don't think you should have to give out money. If you're giving out money to the poor people, I think the poor people should get all that money. They shouldn't be cut, and it shouldn't be, divided. It's fair to give those people that money, or more importantly, to give the people the resources or the food, the things that they need. So I don't see why it's why they want you to do that, to give out money unless it's going to a good cause. So I'm sorry this video is like I said, I'm not really good with videos, but I feel that I'm good at explaining things, or simplifying things. And I hate to use the word dumbing it down, but even sometimes when I'm watching these videos, I find it difficult to get all the words. And they eventually want us to speak like that because it just is more intelligent, and we should continually try to learn and continually try to be better. So anyway, so that's my review, for the first part, which is called The Greatest Story Ever Told. And I will be doing a second video for the second part, and it's called All the World is a Stage. And it is a very interesting part as well. But like I said, I didn't go into too much detail. You really have to watch these videos to understand what I'm saying. But these are the most important parts, or I feel are really important points where people really have to get across and open their eyes to a lot of these realities. The reality is just around the corner, and because everyone's just kind of stuck in one spot. And really, you have to think outside the box to really understand, what is going on and what is important in life and how to go about it. Okay, guys. So that's it for the video, and I'll be posting the next one soon. Okay, bye.